And welcome back, another day, another read. So let's get straight to it. So in this reading, I picked up on Leo energy. You might have Leo placements, or you're just a very vibrant person that people just feel very drawn to. Like, you just attract attention. You're very creative. You're just a beaker of life in people's lives, and they just see that within you. And so they just come to you like moths. And moths can be very significant. I know in some of my videos, like, you've been seeing moths. So it's just like, that's just a symbolism right there, that you're just a light. And, you know, the reason why you see a lot of darkness is because you are the light. People just come. So what I was really trying to get at is, like, you know, there's just been a major emphasis on, like, you transforming your identity, your sense of self. You're no longer the same individual that you once were. You know, you recognize the power in that, because whenever you overly identify yourself with, like, a certain timeline, a paradigm that you used to exist in or be, like, you know, it really doesn't serve you. It keeps you stuck. And so you recognize that by you facing your fears, by you coming to terms with your inner darkness, like, it allows you to create drastic changes in your life. And that's what I'm seeing, like, you're creating, like, these drastic changes by facing your own fears, like facing the uncomfortability and seeing yourself, like, from a whole different, like, perspective, where it's like, I have to see my darkness, my truths, the things that I avoid, the things that I hide, the things that are uncomfortable, where it's like, I could really just be like this crazy person or this angry individual, but it's like, there's just something deeper within you that, you know, it's just needs to be addressed. And so that's why Spirit is, like, showing you these lessons and presenting to you, like, you know, there's a beautiful gift when you release and let go of this, because it teaches you a deeper aspect of you. Because at the end of the day, you're just, like, self-discovering yourself over and over and over again into, like, a deeper level. I am seeing that there's going to be a lot of drastic changes happening here, especially when it comes to, like, your relationships, your partnerships. Especially, like, you know, with the scales being balanced out. Like, there's, like, a balancing act that's happening here. And it makes a lot of sense because we are in Libra season still. You might have Libra placements as well. And I'm seeing, like, you know, with this drastic change that's happening as the scales are being balanced out, there's going to be a lot of forward momentum. There's going to be a lot of change here. And it's going to lead you into, like, finally addressing, like, those wounds that you have deep within your own self, especially when it comes, like, to the divine masculine energy or the divine masculine within your own self. When it came to, like, you know, the power struggles, the disimbalance, when it came to, like, the emotional nurturing, the protecting, being emotionally present, like, and it's you finally realizing that, you know, there's a big importance when it comes to, like, you know, you mothering yourself and also being the parental figure within your own self, where it's like you hold yourself accountable when you're, like, slipping up or not following through with your word, with your goals, with your actions. Like, you're thinking about, like, the long term. And also when it comes to the long term, like, what do you really require for you to be actually good within your own self? So it's just, like, a whole back and forth thing that's going on here. It's like, once you establish, like, this foundation and the structure for yourself, like, you're going to be very good, like, at protecting and nurturing yourself, because you have that structure to, like, back it up, because nothing else can ever, like, come across it once you back this stuff up. And it's just a major emphasis, like, you know, because you're addressing, like, these wounds, like the shadow aspect when it comes to the divine masculine energies that you have manifested throughout your life, or even authority figures, or just the men in general in your life that you have noticed that have, like, this disimbalancing, like, you know, power struggle when it comes to the material world or to the emotional realm. Like, you're just like, I really don't like neither both. Like, both are so damaging as is. Like, there needs to be, like, a balance right there, like some boundaries, a structure, you know, something like an end goal that needs to be applied. And, you know, this is where you're seeing the power of communicating, the power of, like, you know, understanding, seeing things, like, as a, like, from a learning perspective, being a student, recognizing that, you know, you're not going to be perfect the first time around. It's going to take some time, but as long as you're open and willing to learn, that is how growth really happens. Because whenever you're allowing yourself to, like, be open to, like, learning and being coachable, you're really transforming yourself. Like, being in that student mentality really benefits you in, like, in a very, very big way. And it teaches you more about yourself, about your weaknesses and your strengths, so that way you can, like, you know, improve that and strengthen those aspects within you. Because it's really going to help you, like, you know, kill off, you know, these like small, old versions, old entities of yourself that are no longer serving you. Like, you are literally not going to be the same person that you once were anymore. And people are going to see that. They're going to feel that in your energy. There's going to be a drift in your energy because you're just like fuck the old. Like, the old was never serving me. Like, it was just keeping me stuck. Like, why even entertain this narrative, or why even entertain like this reality? Like, for what? Like, it doesn't bring no point. But it's the fact that, you know, you're digging in the biggest unconscious and, you know, psyche kind of like parts of yourself where like they're buried, they're hidden, they're unrecognizable unless they're activated. And by you going and reassessing like these aspects within your own self when it comes to your emotional security, the physical security, the safety, the protection, the stability, like, you're really addressing like those fears that really were holding you back once. And you're also recognizing like the programming and where it came from, where it originated from, and how much it has affected, like, you know, your sense of self, your identity, how you proceed with life, how you keep balancing your life, how you even like, you know, act within your own relationships whenever like that stuff is going on. And it's because you're seeing like, you know, the importance when it comes to like discipline, structure, and foundation. And, you know, listening to your intuition, like listening to your intuition is going to be very big here. Seeing owls being very big as well. And you defending those boundaries, you standing firm on business. Like, you're not with the shits. Like, you're not gonna bend your will to anybody. Like, this is your life, this is your reality. Like, nobody else has to say so unless you allow them to say so in your life. So that's just like a big emphasis on, like, you know, you are recognizing the power and just having that structure, that system, the system that works for you, those routines, those habits that, you know, benefit your day-to-day life, how you like nurture yourself, how you like cleanse yourself, how do you like talk to yourself, how do you feed yourself, how do you like, you know, get that rest. And it's just major emphasis on, like, you know, self-care. Heavy emphasis on Gemini energy here. We got Mercury and we got Gemini, so you might have Gemini placements. Butterflies are very significant as well. It's just, there's just this emphasis on like just being open to just learning, hearing feedback, and just being open to, like, you know, seeing people's like different perspectives, different ways of communicating, different ways of like learning. And learning has to be adaptable and flexible whenever change happens. Like, things can like happen in a blink of an eye, and you just gotta keep it pushing, gotta keep moving. And so that's what Spirit's like saying, like, you know, yes, you're going to be challenged. Yes, you're going to be facing fears. Yes, like, you know, some of the old structures and foundations that you used to like have that were, you know, maybe built on like, you know, fallacies, or even just old generations that are no longer serving us. You know, you're seeing like, you know, you have to establish something for yourself that is actually going to keep you at bay. And that's where Spirit's like saying, like, this is the part where like you being flexible, being adaptable, allowing yourself to like, you know, go with the flow is helping you like welcome in that change, and helping you to like emotionally be open and present to people. And this is why I'm seeing like, you know, you're going through a major like spiritual like level up, like you're leveling up. There's major growth, a lot of expansion happening here. And I'm also picking up like you're getting downloads. Like, there's just been so many downloads, so many messages, so many synchronicities, so many numbers all around you that just been popping up, like giving you messages. And like I said, intuition is very big here. We're picking up on Pisces energy. And it's just like, you know, be compassionate towards yourself as you're going through these transitions, these changes. And especially like through these periods of like, you know, you getting triggered, you like having these emotions show up and teach you these lessons about yourself, especially when it comes to communication and how communication should be handled, and how you should be addressing certain things, and how you should be setting your ground. Like, there's just these major lessons happening here. And it's because we're going through those transits with like Pisces being in Saturn. And it's here to show you, you know, like, yeah, you can daydream about it, you can think about it, you can feel about it, but it's really about how are you going to implement it and put it into play. Like, really get with the program, because it's really up to you. Like, no more running away. Start facing the truth. I'm seeing Sagittarius placements, Pisces placements being very significant here. And you just exploring that with this open-mindedness and positivity, because this is actually a good thing that's going to set you free in the long run. So please just be open to it. What else? I feel like that's like more than enough. at this point when it comes to this reading. Like, I feel like I said everything that needed to be said. Just a lot of having to do, like, you know, being that student mentality, being a student, and just being open and receptive to that new information, and just knowing that you don't always have the answers. That is it, like, for in general, like with everything, like you don't have the answers to everything. And that is okay. That doesn't make you stupid. It doesn't make you like a failure. It doesn't make you anything. It just means that you are still learning. You are still a student, and just like anybody else. But you're at your own pace and at your own level, and you should not compare that journey at all to anybody. And as long as you are seeking this through, you know, that embodiment of you wanting to like find that inner truth within your own self, that purpose, go for it. Go for it. That's all I gotta say. Other than that, if this reading resonates, it resonates. And if it doesn't, leave it at the window. Do not force it. I'll see you back in divine timing. Bye.